Welcome back, CSE 3200 Yukon Stores, for the 8th and final video of Chapter 16. It felt like we wrapped things up in Chapter 7, but not quite. There is a bug that feels unlikely, but we want to make sure that we don't have an app that crashes, so let's take care of it. The first intent that we made should always work. If we don't have anything on our device that can send a text, we could still get the Chooser app to launch. I would just have nothing to choose from. It'd be a dead end and we'd be all set. But the second intent that we made could be problematic. If there's nothing inside the device that will give us a contact, then we will crash. So what we're going to do to fix this is we are going to disclose our queries inside of the manifest. We're going to see if or what can have, if or what within our device can meet the action pick, and elsewhere, if there's nothing, then we simply will not go forward with the code. So let's get in that manifest and take care of that next. So we want to go to the end of application. So right here, right at the very end of manifest. And we are going to begin elbow bracket queries. And we are going to end that elbow bracket. It gives us a nice begin and end. And inside, we're going to put elbow bracket intent. And then we will end that. And once again, have a nice space to type. We're going to have two lines here. First one, begin elbow bracket, action, space, Android. Android name, yes, equals inside the quotes, Android.intent.action, and then pick. Oh, looks like I've got a lot here. Let's see if this can get to it fairly quickly. And there we go. And then I'm going to go outside of those double quotes, and I'm going to put a /, and that ends that line. One more, begin elbow bracket data, Android, and MIME type is the third option. Let's pick it. And then inside the double quotes, vnd.android.cursor.dir. / contact. Let me just double check that. Seems good. Let's sync. Nope, my double check did not pay off. I forgot to end this line. Let's try again. It appeared to work that time. We'll know later. All right, so we're going to be querying the package manager. Now that we've provided our disclosure, we can determine whether the operating system can handle the request through the package manager class. The package manager knows all about the components installed on the Android device, including its own activities. By calling the resolve activity method, we can ask it to find an activity that matches the intent that we gave it. If the search is successful, we'll continue on with an instance of resolve info telling you all about the activity that it found. Here's the code we're going to put in. We're going to add the can resolve intent function at the bottom of crime detail fragment. It'll take in the intent and return a Boolean indicating whether the intent can be resolved. Go back into crime detail fragment and let's see, it's right here. We're going to put in val select suspect intent. Set it equal to select suspect. Let me scroll up a little bit. Dot contract. Dot create intent, separate the parentheses, require context, comma, null. After the parentheses, crime suspect dot is enabled. Is equal to can resolve intent passing in select suspect intent. I'll have to check the spelling on that. Okay, I see it. I have not yet written can resolve intent. That was the code that was on the slides. I didn't discuss the code. Out of sight, out of mind. So we're going to go down to the bottom of this class where we had last written parse contact selection, and we're going to put it there. And it's going to be private fun can resolve intent. Passing in intent, well, yeah, it's going to be intent of type intent. Returning a Boolean. Val package manager. Of type package manager. Is equal to require activity. Dot package manager. Val resolve activity. Of type resolve info nullable is equal to package manager dot resolve activity separate the parentheses intent comma package manager dot match default only. Outside of the parentheses, I see I have an error there. We're going to return resolved activity not equal to null. I need to do an import here. And this does not have a D, or it should have a D, so let's put the D up here. Okay. So let's go back up to the top. Our error should be fixed. Well, I didn't see any red, so I guess we got it fixed. All right. We're going to run this and just make sure that we don't crash. We touched the manifest, and we had done quite a bit of coding. So let's see what happens. Okay. So let's go here, and we can choose a suspect. And we'll pick Jim Halpert. And Jim Halpert is now the suspect of the crime. Let's go back. Let's go into Toby invited. We're going to choose a suspect. We'll pick Dwight Schrute. Okay. So there is a way that we could make sure that this, our filter that we just made works. So it is just a bit of bogus code that acts as a detour. So let's stop this and hide that. And we're going to go to the bottom where we wrote our last bit of code. And we are going to add in before the val package manager intent.add category, passing in intent category home, and there's nothing there, but it basically is just going to be a dead end for us, which should blank out the button, so it means that we can't actually access it. So let's see if this works. All right, so we go into stapler phone fails to read, and we cannot select a user. So there we go, we did it. All right, that's it for chapter 16, another big one. Chapter 17 should not be nearly as long. So once we get done with chapter 17, we are, for all practical purposes, going to be done with criminal intent, and it will be time to celebrate. So I will see you in chapter 17.